Hello, my dear English learners. Welcome to English Unlocked, episode 36. I'm Teacher Emma. Let me ask you something. When you listen to English, you understand most of it. But when someone asks you a question, you can't answer. It feels like the words suddenly disappear. If this feels familiar, you are not alone. You really are not. Take a breath. Today I want to share something simple, but very important. Something that changed the way I understand learning English. It's about how your brain really learns English. Not the way textbooks explain it, but what actually happens inside your mind. You see, there is a book called How Languages Are Learned, and this book explains a truth that many learners have never heard before. The problem is not your brain. Your English is not broken. And you are not behind in learning. You are simply in a very natural stage of learning. In this episode, we will understand why this happens, and I hope that by the end of this video, you will feel a little more relaxed about yourself and your English. So, let's go a little deeper together. Now, let me share the first beautiful idea from this book. It's called input. Input simply means the English that goes into your mind. When you listen to this podcast, that's input. When you read a short, simple story, that's input. All the English that enters your brain. But now, I want you to imagine something with me. Think of your mind like a garden. A quiet, peaceful garden where English can grow. Just like a garden needs good soil, water, and sunlight, your brain needs good English input too. Not perfect English, not difficult English, but English you can mostly understand. Some people call this comprehensible input. It sounds like a big word, but it simply means English that makes sense to you. You may not understand every word. That's okay. What matters is that you understand the main idea. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine watching a short video. A woman comes home after work. She looks tired. She sits on the sofa and closes her eyes. The speaker says, "She was exhausted after her long day." Maybe you don't know the word exhausted, but you can see her face, you can see her body. You understand the situation. Your brain connects the pieces and quietly learns. Exhausted means very, very tired. This is how your garden grows. Not by memorizing rules, not by forcing grammar, but by understanding real moments, by receiving English that feels natural and clear. And here is the beautiful truth. When you give your brain enough of this kind of input, it slowly begins to notice patterns. Simple patterns that repeat again and again. Grammar begins to grow on its own, like flowers in a garden that is gently cared for. Now, take a breath with me. Now, let me share another beautiful idea from this book. The authors explain that when you learn a language, something very special happens inside your mind. Your brain doesn't copy sentences one by one. No, it does something much more interesting. It slowly builds its own version of English. Your personal English system. Think about it like this. Inside your mind, there is a quiet space where your English grows. Some people call this space your internal system. This system is not perfect. It's not the same as a native speaker's English. And that is completely okay. It's your English. And it's alive. It's always changing, always growing, always becoming better. Let me explain with a simple example. When you first started learning English, maybe you said something like, "I go to school yesterday." Your brain already knew many things. You understood the meaning. You could communicate. You just didn't know the past tense pattern yet. But then, after hearing more English, after more listening, after more input, your internal system slowly changed. And one day, without thinking too much, you said, "I went to school yesterday." What changed? Your brain had heard enough examples. Your system had grown. This is how language really develops, not like a machine that follows rules, but like a living garden, growing quietly, in its own time. And here is something very important to remember. When you make mistakes, your system is not broken. Your mistakes are actually systematic. They follow patterns too. This means your brain is working. It's building, it's learning. So even when your English feels messy or mixed or unstable, this is normal. This is growth. Your internal system is simply becoming. Take a moment to feel that. Now, there is one more idea from this book that I believe can bring you a lot of peace. It's about silence, about those times when you understand English, but you don't speak very much. Many learners worry about this. They think, I should speak more some. I'm too quiet. Maybe I'm failing. But the book tells us something very important, something very kind. There is a stage called the silent period. And this stage is completely natural. Think about it like this. When you plant seeds in a garden, you don't see flowers right away. The seeds stay underground, in the quiet, in the darkness. But they are not doing nothing. They are growing roots, strong, deep roots. This is exactly what happens with your English. When you listen to English every day, when you read simple stories, when you understand but don't speak much yet, you are not behind. You are not slow. You are not failing. You are building something strong inside your mind. Understanding always comes before speaking. Always. Your brain needs to understand language before it can produce language. Children often have a long silent period. They listen for many months before they say their first words. And no one worries about this. No one says the child is failing. But as adults, we worry about ourselves. We say, I should speak more. I'm too quiet. Let me tell you something honestly, from the heart. If you are quiet, if you listen more than you speak, if you need time, you are not behind. You are building something beautiful. Your English is growing inside you, quietly, naturally. And one day speaking will feel easier, not because you forced it, but because your mind was ready. So trust this process. Trust your silent growth. Now, take a breath and feel how natural this really is. Now, there is one more idea from this book that I really want you to remember. It's about frequency. Frequency simply means how often something happens. The authors explain that your brain does not learn from one long lesson. It learns from regular contact. Think about it like this. If you water your garden once a month, the plants become weak. But if you give your garden a little water every day, it grows strong and healthy. Language works the same way. Listening to English for 10 minutes every day is more powerful than listening for 1 hour once a week. Your brain needs reminders. It needs to hear English again, and again, and again. This repetition keeps the learning path open. Many learners say, I don't have time. I'm too busy. But the truth is this: short daily listening is enough. Even a small amount helps. When you listen every day, your brain stays connected to English. It doesn't forget. It doesn't close the door. This is why podcasts like this one are so powerful. You don't need to study. You don't need to take notes. You just listen. And listening is already learning. There is something else the book explains very clearly. Quantity matters. You don't need perfect English. You don't need difficult English. You need a lot of understandable English. Your brain learns from exposure, from hearing language many times, from seeing words again and again in different situations. If you wait for perfect English, learning becomes slow. But if you allow simple, clear English to enter your mind every day, learning becomes natural. Your brain collects examples. It compares them. It builds patterns quietly. This is how fluency begins, not from perfection, but from quantity. Many learners believe that mistakes disappear with correction. They think, if someone corrects me, I will learn faster. Correction can help a little, but the book explains something important. Correction alone does not fix mistakes. What really fixes mistakes is hearing correct English many times. When your brain hears the correct form again, and again, and again, it slowly updates itself. That is why listening is more powerful than correction. Speaking tests your system. Listening builds your system. So don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes mean your brain is working. They are signs of growth. Now, let me tell you about something I see happening with learners all the time. I have a student named Sophie from Australia. Sophie understands English very well. She follows movies. She reads books. She listens to conversations without problems. But in group discussions, when someone asks her a direct question, she freezes. The words just don't come. For months, Sophie felt frustrated. She thought her English was broken. Then she learned about the silent period. She stopped forcing herself to speak. She didn't push. She didn't rush. She simply kept listening, kept reading, and trusted the process. And slowly, over time, her confidence grew. Today, Sophie joins conversations naturally. Her brain simply needed more time to build that speaking system. I also work with Ploy from Thailand. Ploy knew grammar rules very well. She could explain verb tenses better than many teachers. But when she tried to speak, she had to translate everything from Thai to English in her mind first. It was exhausting. So Ploy changed her focus. She stopped studying grammar books all the time. She started focusing on comprehensible input. She listened to English she could understand. She read simple, interesting stories. For months, she barely spoke. She just absorbed the language. And then one day, she told me something beautiful. She said, "Teacher Emma, this morning while making breakfast, I noticed something. I was thinking in English, not translating, just thinking." Her internal system had grown strong enough to produce language naturally. What Sophie and Ploy both discovered is this. Your brain already knows how to learn a language. You just need to give it time, input, and trust. So if you are in a quiet phase right now, be gentle with yourself. You are not stuck. You are growing. Now, let me share one final thought with you. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to remember one very important thing. Learning English is not a race. It's not a test you need to pass quickly. It's a gentle journey of growth, like caring for a garden. Some days you will understand more. Some days you may feel confused. Some days words will come easily. Other days you may stay quiet. All of this is completely natural. Your brain is always working, even when you can't see progress, even when you feel stuck. Every minute you spend listening to comprehensible input, every simple story you read, every calm podcast like this one, you are feeding your internal system. You are helping your English garden grow. The book, How Languages Are Learned, taught me something very important. It taught me to trust the learning process, to trust time, to trust patience. And I want you to trust this process too. Remember, understanding always comes before speaking. Silent periods are not empty periods. They are growing periods. And your English, your personal, unique English, is becoming stronger every single day. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for being part of this gentle learning community. If this episode helped you feel a little more peaceful about your English journey, I would love for you to subscribe to English Unlocked. Every week I share new episodes to support you, encourage you, and help you trust your natural way of learning. And please, leave a comment below. Tell me, what stage of learning are you in right now? Are you mostly listening? Are you starting to speak more? I read every comment, and I truly love hearing from you. Until next time, keep listening, keep trusting, and keep growing. Your English garden is more beautiful than you may realize. This is Teacher Emma. I'll see you in the next episode of English Unlocked. Take care, my dear learners.